through 6, and then things kind of changed quickly in the 7th.
Both guys threw well, and a lot of zeros early. Kyle fought. There's no question about it. He had a few situations where he had to pitch around, including some free passes. But he did well, and I was proud of him for how he hung in there. We drove his pitch count up there. Sanchez gave him a good battle before he got a pitch that he went down and got. I don't think it was horrible, but he sure smoked it. And we lived with it. We tried to give Gibby a chance to get through 6 there, and he had the last walk, so we took him out. As a game, as a whole, 10 walks or whatever it was, that you just can't win at this level when you're given that many opportunities and base runners. And we paid the price. They scored quickly, a couple of walks and a couple of really well-struck balls, and then we couldn't find a way to close out that inning before they put up 6. So, it was good for a while, but it sure didn't end well.
What is it about Hop that makes him difficult, and was tonight pretty typical of him?
Well, I think that's how he's been throwing. He does a nice job of kind of pounding that ball down in the zone early, but he sure can elevate effectively. We had a lot of guys get under pitches at the top of the zone, ate some lazy fly balls. And, his changeup wasn't great tonight, but he pitched around that. The slider kind of came in the mix more the second time around. And once they got the lead, they got him out. But, a couple opportunities to get, a knock with runners in scoring position, but we just couldn't find a way to get on the board to give Gibby any kind of a lead to work with.
Did you use your opener, or has that been set?
We are going to use one tomorrow. Tyler Duffy's going to start the game, and similarly to the first 2 outings, we'll see how he does and kind of measure it, whether it goes 1 or 2, and a little bit result-oriented how we'll get through the first couple innings before we turn it over.
Was Rosario today just because Hap was in there, or was he not available?
He's not 100%. We found that out over the weekend, and combined with the Hap matchup, we thought it was a good day to just kind of have him available late if we needed him, which we didn't need to do. We'll reevaluate tomorrow and see if we can get him back in there in some capacity. But I get a little leery about a guy when he's going to be out there playing, and a guy who loves to compete, and I don't know if he'd be able to play at a level where it would be safe, but we'll get a good evaluation from our trainers before the game tomorrow.
You talked about the walks, so it's a lineup that's not going to be very forgiving, right? If the control's not there.
They got some pretty good hitters down at the bottom of that lineup, and the guys at the top, McCutcheon's been a good addition, obviously, and Aaron's having a really nice year. You look up and you see he's got 80 walks, not to mention the 23, 24 homers. So he's a nice table setter. He finds ways to get on base, and then you got the meat coming up. So you walk the first 2 guys, you're playing with fire, and that's what happened for Boost tonight.